If you haven't already, you may want to check out my previous video recipe on how to brine a turkey. I will leave a link in the iCard above and in the Show More section below. And just a reminder that you'll be able to find this recipe, the list of ingredients, and much more in the Show More section below. I've also included links to where you can purchase online some of the ingredients and equipment that I use in this video recipe. If you have a chance, please check it out. I'm starting by patting the turkey dry, seasoning the inside cavity with some salt and pepper. Now I'm stuffing the turkey cavity with a mixture of onions, celery, lemons, garlic cloves, apples, and sprigs of herbs. These herbs are from my garden and are a mixture of sage, parsley, and thyme. You can use whatever herbs that you like. Just fit the veggies and herbs in there as best you can. You want the breast of the turkey to stand up. Having the turkey cavity full will help cook the bird evenly. For the rub, I'm using a stick of room temp unsalted butter and some extra virgin olive oil. And this combination will make the skin crispy and make it a nice golden brown. Adding some salt, black pepper, poultry seasoning, and some savory. You can use whatever seasonings or herbs that you like. Also giving this a squeeze of lemon. Mixing and creaming well with a fork until all combined. I gently separate the skin from the turkey by rubbing my hand between the layer of skin. Be careful not to poke or puncture the skin as best you can. And if it happens, don't worry about it. You may need to break some membranes to get the skin fully separated. And don't forget the sides and legs. Just get as much as you can. Take half of the seasoned butter and rub between the skin and the turkey. Get evenly coated as much as you can, and again, don't forget the legs. Rub the other half of the seasoned butter all over the entire outside of the turkey. Get the turkey well evenly coated. This will add lots of flavor to the turkey and form a beautiful crispy golden exterior. I did sneak a couple whole sage leaves under the breast skin for decoration. I'm placing the remaining vegetables on the bottom of the roaster so the turkey will set up off the bottom. Placing the turkey on top, tucking the wings under the turkey, and binding the legs with string. Keeping the legs and wings close to the body and stuffing the cavity will help cook the turkey more evenly and thoroughly. Adding about a cup of water to the bottom, and I may need to add more as the turkey is roasting. Roasting at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until done. Internal temp of the turkey should be at 165 degrees Fahrenheit at the thickest part of the breast. My 16.5-pound turkey took about 3 hours to cook. And a couple more tips. Rotate the turkey 180 degrees at halfway so it cooks evenly. If you notice the skin is getting too brown during baking, you can tempt the turkey lightly with a piece of foil. After removing from the oven, let the turkey rest for about a half an hour or up to an hour before carving. I know the waiting is the hard part. The resting time gives the juices inside the turkey time to level out and redistribute before carving. Remove the aromatics from the turkey cavity, take off the leg strings, and plate for the table. Remember to save all the juices on the bottom and strain the broth so you can make some turkey gravy. Guess what the next Thanksgiving video recipe will be? A good and flavorful gravy starts with a good meat stock or broth. I saved the turkey neck bone, trimmings, and giblets, and I'm placing them in my slow cooker along with some vegetables. My turkey is brining overnight, and I'm running my slow cooker to make some broth at the same time. I'm starting by adding 4 cups of chicken broth to the slow cooker. In goes my turkey bones, trimmings, and giblets. And just a reminder that you'll be able to find this recipe, the list of ingredients, and much more in the Show More section below. I've included links to where you can purchase online some of the ingredients and equipment that I use in this video recipe. If you have a chance, please check it out. Now I'm putting in the vegetables or the aromatics, and I'm using a mixture of onions, carrots, and celery. No need to skin the onion, and I'm also using the tops of the celery as they add a lot of flavor. A little salt and black pepper. I'm not adding much salt as I like to add the salt when I'm cooking with the broth. I'm filling the crock pot with water, cooking on low for 8 hours or on high for 4 hours. This is one way to make a flavorful broth for the gravy. A couple video recipes in my Thanksgiving series was how to brine a turkey and how to roast a turkey. If you haven't already seen those video recipes, please take a moment to watch. This is the bottom of my roaster after I took out the turkey. There is lots of flavor in that broth. You can see I had some aromatics with the turkey roasting on top. I'm going to take out all the veggies and strain the broth. This will also make a nice broth for a flavorful and delicious gravy. If you have a grease separator, this broth is ready to make the gravy. I'm not ready to make the gravy, so I refrigerated the broth. You can see the fat floated to the top and it skimmed off easily. The rich turkey broth has become jelly-like and it looks good. I'm saving the turkey fat to show you one way to make the turkey gravy. There are two ways you can make a gravy. You can make a slurry to thicken the gravy, or you can make a roux. The first way I'm showing you is a slurry method. Each recipe calls for 4 cups of turkey broth, so if you don't have enough, you can add water or some chicken or vegetable broth. You gotta have lots of gravy at the table. In a bowl, I'm adding 1 cup of cold water and 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, giving that a good mix. You can use cornstarch for this slurry, but I prefer the flour. Bringing my broth up to a boil, giving my slurry a good mix and pouring in. Stirring and you will already start to see the gravy thicken. Bringing up to a boil and turning down to a low simmer. I'm going to let this simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. The liquid will reduce a little, concentrating all those wonderful flavors, and the gravy will thicken. Remember to taste for seasonings along the way. After the gravy is done, removing from the heat and letting it rest for 15 minutes before serving. The second way of making gravy is with a roux. My roux, I'm using the turkey fat, but you can use butter. I have my heat on medium. In goes my flour, cooking and stirring for a couple minutes. I'm turning my heat up to high and slowly adding in my turkey broth. Stirring and you will see the gravy start to thicken. Once all the broth is in there and the gravy is at a boil, I'm turning my heat to low and simmering for about 15 minutes. Check for any seasonings and add salt and pepper to taste. This time I'm going to add some of the kitchen bouquet for a little color. Again, the flavor will concentrate and the gravy will thicken nicely. After done, remove from the heat and let it cool for 10 to 15 minutes before serving. The gravy has a nice, rich turkey flavor and is nice and creamy. A great addition to the holiday table. I hope you give this easy turkey gravy a try and enjoy. If you like this turkey gravy recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Facebook and at my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. And until next time, much love.